Singing, don't worry, about a thing.
'Cause everything
is gonna be alright. Wait, this is well cliched. I'm Sharmadean Reid. I am the founder of War Nails, which is a nail salon in London. I was recently awarded an MBE for services to nail and beauty industry. I love being a shopkeeper because you're part of a community. My ancestry is Jamaican, but I was born in the UK. Approaching 30, I still hadn't been to Jamaica, and I didn't want my young son to go through life not exploring his roots like I hadn't.
Jamaica!
Roman and I went to Jamaica for the first time 2 years ago, and pretty much as soon as I got back, I was like, how can I live here? I really, really want to make it my base. This time I'm going to go back with my friend Sharia and see if Jamaica really can offer me all the things I need to make it my base. When I was growing up, we'd always have huge family gatherings. There'd always be a family member that had just got back from Jamaica, and they kind of painted this picture that you'd have to pee in the bush and you'd get bitten by a million mosquitoes, and I was like, So it never felt like a massively appealing place to visit. I basically spent most of my childhood at my grandparents' house. It was like the base camp of the family. My granddad would go to Jamaica for 6-month periods at a time and bring treats for me and my cousins. He always kept us connected to Jamaica, and he always talked about moving back one day. I lived here from when I was born till... When did my mum move out?
I don't remember.
I think I was about 3. I moved back in here when I was 15. My mum kicked me out, remember? Oh, I like that hat, Uncle Neville.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love it. This is basically how I remember Grandad. But when he'd go to Jamaica, his belly would go down.
Drink too much.
My granddad was such a big part of my life, and Jamaica was such a big part of his. And I think going back to Jamaica was definitely me trying to stay connected to him somehow.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
So I've been setting up my salon and studio for the last couple of months, and it's been so stressful. I really need to go to Jamaica again because it's what gives my spirit peace. And I really want to explore people who have made their lives out there and how I could make my life out there, because ultimately that's what I keep visualising every day. When I first get to Jamaica, I always drive to the country because it's definitely more my scene. We go into a place called Eats Cafe. All of the food in the restaurant is made directly off the farm.
Welcome. Good to have you.
When I first came here, what struck me was the menu was completely different to anything I'd been to in Jamaica. How did you come up with the menu?
My dad lived in France for a few years, and I've travelled a bit myself. I love the whole foodie fusion now, and with the guest house we get a lot of Europeans. So because of that, when they come to Jamaica, I think it's nice for them to get a touch of Europe, which you're used to, but fusion with our own Jamaican food. We grow a lot of salads and different herbs and produce. Oh my God!
It's just natural. Using like chicken manure.
I mean, I was about to eat that, but you said you put chicken poo on it.
No, it's not on it. It's not on it.
Oh my God.
So this is our
The basil's the one.
Yeah.
I got the herbs.
You have a little voice note for you, you know?
Yeah.
Tommy say my girlfriend, the love her bad, bad, bad. Love her more, the love her next door to God. No pretty girl like Charma. She booked the rasta you cut. She said this one a drama. My girlfriend, me love her bad.
You're
Love her more than
embarrassing
money,
me.
love her next door too. Yeah, man. Rastafari always give the Empress the ice honor, you know?
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
man. Yeah, man.
This is actually a fruit, mami. It's a fruit
I don't know what
typical
that
to
is.
Jamaica.
Mummy.
Yeah, and it's nice for juice.
So this I can eat, yeah? Look, it matches my nails. It's like orange, but really fragrant, like a flower.
So this is the eggs Florentine.
Oh my days. That's great. That's so good. Fresh home-baked bread, callaloo, egg, ackee reduction. I'm going to be making this at home. What you've done here is amazing. It's really like inspiring for me because I just want to be as self-sufficient as possible.
It's the way
Like,
to go.
it really is. I
Yeah.
want to be able to, you know, the first time I came here and I picked up a mango off the floor and ate it, and I was like, didn't pay £2.50 for this amazing piece
Exactly.
of fruit. It really
Yeah.
hit home that you could just be here and completely look after yourself.
Yeah.
I love it. In Strawberry Hill, in the Strawberry Hill gift shop, they've got so many different Jamaican beauty products, and I saw one that's like a goat's milk soap called Ital Blends, and I'm obsessed with goats and goat's milk. Let's just see if she's home. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm obsessed with goat's milk.
Okay.
For the skin.
Yes.
So yeah,
So am I.
I just want to hear about your story, why you did it. I read your little bio, and it's you know, you said that you left the corporate jungle.
Yes.
Look at this.
The concept began in 2006 when, after 15 years at lithographic printers, I decided that I really kind of want to work hard for myself now and not for anybody else.
This is the kind of life I want. A beautiful home on the mountain with my workspace underneath. She uses all of the local essential oils and herbs, and I just think she's really, really got it made. I'm going to go and see my Uncle Gilbert, who has lived in England all of his life. Obviously, he was born in Jamaica, came to England, lived in England. He used to live in Manchester. He came back, I think, maybe he was 70 odd.
Oh wow.
Just call me.
Did Grandma just call you?
Not even check her.
Yeah. Where'd you get these from?
I've got three, I see the tree around.
Should I take one back for Grandma? This one's East India, isn't it? I'm getting better. See, I'm a real Jamaican now. I can identify types of mango. When did you move back?
About 12 years.
12 years. Why'd you come back for?
Welcome, settle down.
This is where you're going to rest your soul, yeah?
Yes, they're born deaf.
I've never seen a photo album from you lot. Uncle Gilbert has made a decision that he wants to retire in Jamaica. He's been here like 10 years, but he's really removed himself from everyone. He just relies on my grandma calling him, and he does get very lonely out here. Look at Uncle Gilbert. This is a good one. Look how you look militant. Look at my granddad. Looks like me, doesn't he? The hero of my life. That's my grandma. Bye.
Yeah, safe travel.
Bye, baby.
Come, little boy. Bring me around.
All right, you are around, man. Don't be so pessimistic. You're gonna live long still. Don't be silly. Don't.
Go on and try me.
Don't be silly. You're okay, man. He's just upset because he lived his whole life in England, but he always wanted to come back to Jamaica, and now he's here. It's quite isolating, you know?
Yeah, because he came back too old as well, probably.
When you're driving through Jamaica, you just know when you're about to reach Portland. It starts getting damper and wetter, and then with that dampness it gets more lush and green, and the leaves get bigger. You've got everything you need. One of my close friends, Sasha, has recently moved out here and is finding her feet. She's definitely in the best position to tell us about what it's like to come and just shack up here. So what happened? You ran off to Port Antonio?
As soon as I arrived in Portland, I was like, this is ready to be.
Basically exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
The minute I came here, I was like, this is my home.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise how Jamaican I was because I come here and I know the tunes and the food and nothing's like foreign to me.
The only thing I miss is my family.
Yeah, of course.
And sometimes it's weird being here as a woman. I think I'm changing some perceptions.
Good.
I painted my guest house, which
Amazing.
everyone found very shocking. They were like, what are you painting? Let your man paint. I was like, no, I'm painting.
Sasha's definitely jumped in at the deep end, but I'd really miss my family. Like, I don't want to be lonely or isolated out here at all. I'm so close to my family now, and so is Roman. They've been like a massive support in my life. We'd have to start from scratch, make new friends and immerse ourselves in a totally different world. This is where I spent my birthday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, should we get a rum and ting? Morning, miss. Can I get 3 rum and tings?
British in Jamaica.
Yeah. British in Jamaica. British.
Them man a job walk him on the cane juice out here, you know.
There's one more person whose experiences resonate with my desire to explore my Jamaican roots. She walked out, her armpits were hairy, her foot was bare, and I was just like, this woman is amazing.
This is IRS, he's my other half.
I didn't even see you there.
Yeah, I just found
Yeah, he just came in.
Yes.
Much love, you know? That's the fire right.
Tell us about your whole Jamaican epiphany.
Growing up in England, Jamaican parents, it was 2 days after my birthday and I was broken up with my husband and I was broke and I'm a stay-at-home mother and I've got all these, but I just knew I needed to go. And all of a sudden, honestly, it's like a voice said, go home to your roots. For the first time, in a way, I understood who I was. Why I have certain traits and characteristics that have been over time being tried to squashed out, beaten out, you know, that whole thing.
At home, we have to be Jamaican, we have to do this and do that,
Yes.
and be proper and respect your elders and say good evening, and then you go outside and you've got to be English, and then somewhere in the middle you're like, well, what am I? I've just seen a side here of my crystal. It's got many refractions, but I've just found a new one that is actually really me.
And it's the authentic
It's a
one.
real me. Oh, I need to be here more.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I need to just be here. I come here and I shack out, you know. I just come and be me because I think it's the only place I can. Tonight we're going to Scotch's, which is the first place that I tasted proper jerk chicken. They cook it on the pimento wood. All of the amazing greenness from the wood steams the chicken and just gives it this ridiculous flavour.
One love, Scotch is out. Yeah, man.
All this trip, right, we've eaten ital
Pure vegetarian
except for when we eat jerk chicken. We've not flirted with like a random chicken dish.
Yeah.
It's just jerk because that flavour is like nothing else. We've done so much vibesy, rootsy stuff in Jamaica. I think now it's time for a party. Partying is what Jamaicans do best. Everyone repeats the same themes here, which is you come, you find your roots, you find your spirituality, you cleanse your spirit.
Sharmadean.
That's not right.
There's no doubt I'm going to miss my family and friends back home, but I feel this connection with Jamaica, and it's something I really want to explore by living out here. I think there's so many aspects of Jamaican culture that could enrich work and family life. I want to live off the land, and I really want to live a simpler life that's centred on sustainability and spirituality. I'm so glad I came here and heard these inspiring stories, because I know I can do it, and makes me really excited for living life out here.
There's so much change in Africa at the moment, and I feel like I want to be at the heart of it. I want to show Ghana in a light that I don't think many people see.